Hola, hola.
And as is traditional, we will take a couple of minutes to announce the venue of the next event this year. I have the honor and the pleasure of announcing that LACNIC 44, LACNOG 2025 will be held in my country, El Salvador, in the city of San Salvador. You're all welcome. You will be able to see the hospitality that the people in my country have, and this is the very first time that we are organizing a LACNIC LACNOG event in El Salvador. So this is a picture of the historical center of San Salvador. This is one of the places you can visit. But to give you some more information that combines technical and tourist information, we'll be sharing with you a video that will give you a very brief overview of some of the places that you can visit, activities that you can do. So start thinking of whether you will be arriving earlier or will stay on a couple of days to get to know more from our country. Now, let me clarify something before I share the video with you. You will hear a word, and I would like to translate this word, that is only used in El Salvador. I think they also use it in Guatemala or in Honduras. This is a word that is chero. Chero in Salvadoran means friend. And according to a friend of mine, to a historian, and someone who researches these things, apparently comes from French cher, dear. So we converted it into chero. We are cheros, we are friends, cuates like in Mexico. He is mi chero, he's my friend, or that guy over there, chero or chera if it's a woman. So it's a typical word, and in the video you will listen. They're making an invitation, but when they say, don't worry, if you arrive on your own, you'll find many cheros. So this is what it means. It means friends. So let's have the video, please. Welcome to the land of hosts. We are the world champions in this special feeling. Since you arrive until you leave, if you ever leave one day, you will always have a large number of cheros. We love to welcome our guests. We share waves, volcanoes, historic towns, and we assure you will have a 5-star experience, because this land has more hosts per square kilometer than any other country in the world. El Salvador, the land of hosts. Thank you, Lita. Now, to continue with the closing ceremony, I'd like to invite Silvio Perez, our Vice President, Evandro Varonil, Vice President of LACNIC Sport.
É, bom,
Good afternoon. I'm going to speak in Portuguese. For us in Abrint, it has been an enormous pleasure and a pride having been able to be together in these events, this combination Abrint and LACNIC. I hope that all of those of you who are here, who are now have been used to participating in LACNIC in different countries in Latin America, have had the opportunity of going to the Abrint event. It will continue today, this afternoon. It will finish today at the end of the day. And there you will better understand the relevance that small telecom providers have in Brazil and what we managed to do. That is one of our dreams, namely that this model can be replicated throughout Latin America and that we can become more competitive while guaranteeing more digital integration throughout Latin America for all. I hope you enjoyed the event. We are very satisfied with the outcomes. And one of the important things is that people who normally come to Abrint, and some had never come in the past to a LACNIC event, had the opportunity to know what is discussed at LACNIC, very important technical topics. This interaction is something that we wanted to have. So hopefully next year you can come to our event, which will also be held here in this same venue. So if you have the opportunity to come to Brazil next year and who is not part of the region, or if they are too, we will welcome you with open arms. Thank you very much. Thank you. We will now give a plaque to Abrint for having co-hosted this event. We now give the floor to Evandro. Good afternoon, everyone. Dear friends, colleagues, and members of the internet community in Latin America and the Caribbean. First of all, I apologize because my voice is hoarse after a week full of meetings and interacting with all of you, and also during the Abrint event. I was appointed here for a very special moment and also somewhat sad. I'm happy because this event was a successful event, but also sad because it's coming to an end. But I am sure that you were able to enjoy many things. Let me make a brief recap of what we discussed and what we covered this week. Prior to that, let me remind you that in Brazil, we had an event that was precisely in Sao Paulo, Guarulhos, back in 2010. This was LACNIC 14. At that time, we had the tradition of writing the number with Roman numerals, but now we are in LACNIC 43. For me, it is a real pleasure I didn't participate. I was not a member in the board in LACNIC 14, but I was active in LACNIC meetings. I was present in that 2010 edition. I also learned a lot during that event. In this edition, LACNIC 43, that is now coming to an end, which was very successful, we had groundbreaking numbers because this was done together with ABRINT. This was ABRINT's local global congress. In LACNIC, we went from 1,000. We had more than 1,000 delegates, and more than 370 participated online. So this was the largest LACNIC event ever. We have had memorable events also in Foz de Iguazu in the city of Panama, but this was really record-breaking, and that makes us very, very happy. I will share with you a couple of numbers of the other ABRINT Global Congress. On Wednesday, more than 500 persons went from here to the ABRINT event to visit the trade show, and on Thursday, more than 800 persons went to the ABRINT event. I still don't have the official final numbers, but more than 15,000 persons visited the trade show of ABRINT. Like Basilio was saying, the event will close this afternoon. If you haven't gone there, please visit this trade show, which is really enormous. It's more each time bigger. We have been holding the ABRINT event for 16 years now. This is very important for the internet and for the telecommunications in Latin America. So I would like to refer to some of the activities we had this week. Maybe you weren't able to participate in all the activities because there were parallel activities, and we like this too. There were several sessions that took place at the same time, and there were not many people in the hall because people were in the different sessions. Yesterday we've had 7 tutorials. We had projects to cater for the operational leads, topics on involving IPv6 only, interconnection labs, BGP security, AI, which we had in the last session, administration of LACNIC's number resources. We also had sessions and panels on data centers. For example, the one by Thomas Lynch, who you have all met. I don't know whether he's still here. There was another important panel on the global RIR synergy. Another on the update of ICP2. The panel of the academia and the technical community. LACNIC's technical forum. We also had the public policy forum, the FPP, with 2 proposals that had a very active interaction and discussion. The 4th edition of the measurement working group, presentations made in LACNOG, and many more technical topics. And many things are happening at the same time in LACNIC. On Monday, we had the LAC Peering Forum.
In one of the rooms, we had the LAC-TLD meeting, and then we had a meeting of the authorities of LLAs and the LAC-IX assembly, and also the LAC-CERT assembly. Another issue where the best practices for Brazilian networks, and also the people that receive the grants and the policy shapers and the R&D ambassadors meetings. All these items here are just to remind you how many things are happening at the same time. It's important so that we may exchange experiences as a community at LACNIC. And that is why when I see people that tell me that they never participated at LACNIC, I tell them that they have to see the agenda, because there are many things going on at the same time and you have to schedule your day. And I also wanted to thank some people. We already thanked Brent, Basilio, but I also wanted to thank the volunteers and the community members, without whom we wouldn't have been able to do the FTL, FTP, the tutorials, that are voluntary, the sponsors. We have a trade show too. Certainly all the team of LACNIC staff and the professionalism always organizing and working especially, and also the service and logistics services. Imagine 2 events at the same time. We had to walk because the events were happening in the same in the different places. There was an event that was going from one place to the other, and I ended up going in an e-vehicle. And without Abrint, we wouldn't have been able to do this. It's a dream come true. More than 1 year working for this to occur, so that we would have so that the visitors might get to know each other's events. As Lito said, the next LACNIC is LACNIC 44. That will be in El Salvador, and I'm going to use the word that Lito taught us, chero. I invite all the cheros to come to El Salvador, because I'm sure that it will be another successful event. Thank you all. Thank you, Evandro. We thank you all for participating in this event. And before we say goodbye, I want to thank the sponsors. ANSIX, NICBR, ICANN, NICBR, CGIBR, Ociosa, Team Chimera, Ofinet, HD, Serum, and Data C.